Good evening, everybody, and welcome from Rodgers Recreation Center on this Tuesday evening at Salve Regina University, where the Seahawks of Salve Regina will take on the Gulls of Endicott. I'm Sal Gualtieri bringing you the call alongside my good friend Brett Wilkes. And Brett, how are we this evening?
Doing good, Sal. Excited to see a tough CCC matchup between the Endicott Gulls and Salve Seahawks, so it'll be fun to watch.
The last time out these two teams met, Torrey Scorpio had 2 field goals in the contest, but the one field goal was the game-winning layup to give the Seahawks a 63-62 victory. That is Endicott's lone conference loss of the season, as the tip goes to the Seahawks and it goes right to Scorpio. And Torrey will work right away. Scorpio, Carrie Beelan, Lauren Becker, Liv Pierce, and Mary Rourke for the Seahawks as Scorpio misses a jump shot. And Emily Pratt will bring it up the floor. And the Gulls will move it around.
And Salve is going to be looking to end their 2-game skid right now.
Here's Emma Tierney in the corner. She gives up to Shannon Gilbert. Over to Katie Lipscomb. She drives to the basket. Her shot's no good. Rebounded by Carrie Beelan. She looks to push for the Seahawks. Beelan gives it over to Torrey Scorpio. Jab steps and gives it to Mary Rourke, who finds Carrie Beelan in the corner. Her 3. It's no good, and it's rebounded by the Gulls. And here's Shannon Gilbert moving the ball up the floor now. She gives it over to Kaylee Putnam. Putnam going down low to Emily Grant. Thought about the 3. Here's Lipscomb. And the Gulls will reset. Here's Kaylee Putnam. Her jump shot, it's no good. And it's rebounded by Mary Rourke.
And a good job there boxing out by the Seahawks. They're a little undersized compared to the Gulls. So it'll be interesting to see how the matchup on the glass goes today.
Here's Beelan over to Torrey Scorpio. Scorpio going down low to Lauren Becker, and she scores. And the first basket of the game comes 90 seconds into it. So here's Kaylee Putnam now giving over to Emily Grant. Putnam. Shannon Gilbert back to Putnam. Putnam giving over to Lipscomb. Putnam back to Lipscomb. There's Pratt driving baseline, kicking it out. Here's a 3-pointer. It's no good. And it's rebounded by Lauren Becker, but Pratt does a good job of getting the tie-up, and it will stay right here.
And that was a good job sneaking up on Becker right there, kind of getting the ball tied up and earning an extra possession for Endicott.
And Pratt will inbound it from underneath the Seahawk basket. Mary Rourke trying to cause some havoc. She gets it in to Shannon Gilbert. Gilbert has it over to Lipscomb. Here's Pratt. She'll take a 3. It's no good. And it's rebounded by the Gulls. And they will reset. Driving to the basket. No good. Rebounded by Liv Pierce. And Torrey Scorpio will take it. Scorpio giving it over to Mary Rourke. Her 3 is good.
And Rourke picking up where she left off on Saturday. She hit 3 or 4 3-pointers in that game against Nichols and hits her first 3 here.
Mary shot 3 of 4 from 3 the last time these two teams met. She collected 15 points on 5 of 8 shooting. As Pratt drives to the basket, she kicks it out for Lipscomb. Lipscomb will take a jump shot, and it's no good. It's rebounded by Liv Pierce. And Scorpio looking to run for the Seahawks. Scorpio puts it on the deck. She drives, and it's stolen by Kaylee Putnam. And Putnam has it now going around the back. Putnam giving it over to Pratt. Pratt to Lipscomb in the corner, met by Carrie Beelan. Over to Shannon Gilbert. Here's Pratt. Lipscomb thought about the 3. Going down low. The shot is good, plus the foul. Kaylee Putnam. And a chance for a 3-point play for the Gulls. The Gulls are coached by Brittany Hutchinson. She's a Northeastern graduate. She's in her 8th season, and the Seahawks are coached by Corey Hughes. She attended Boston University. She's in her 12th season. As Shannon Gilbert will take a seat, she'll be replaced by Michaela Rodgers.
And that was the Gulls' first field goal of the game. They start out 1 for 7, so not a very strong start shooting the ball for the Gulls. The Seahawks are 2 for 4.
As Putnam completes the 3-point play, Scorpio has a 6:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Scorpio over to Pierce. Here's Pierce. Mary Rourke thought about the three. She steps back, takes another three, and hits. You said it, Brett. Picking right where she left off.
She's very confident shooting it from behind the arc, and it shows.
Here's Kaylee Putnam now, met by Lauren Becker. Endicott moving it around in an early deficit. 8-3 Seahawks. Here's Putnam putting it on the deck. Going down low to Rodgers. Her shot is no good, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line for two. Second trip to the line for the goals.
And it's so tough when you split two defenders like that to not get fouled. Like, it's so hard for the defenders not to foul, I mean, because they both realize that she's slipping in between them and they try to just prevent the easy layup.
Good job there by Rodgers drawing the foul, and her free throw is short. Shannon Gilbert will come back in after a short rest. She'll replace Katie Lipscomb. 6:02 remaining in this first quarter. Her second free throw is good. So here's Scorpio now bringing the ball up for the Seahawks. They lead 8-4 here, almost halfway through this first quarter. Rourke takes the screen from Pierce. Her shot is blocked, but she was fouled. And Mary will go to the line. Mary, a sophomore from Norton, Massachusetts.
Last game, I believe, she was the Seahawks' leading scorer. And she was just so confident wherever she was with the ball. She didn't take many shots from inside the arc, but when she did, she drove to the basket and was strong going to it and was able to take advantage of the Nichols defense.
She's 2 for 2 from the floor today and 2 for 2 from the line. She has the Seahawks' first 8 points. There's a jump shot there. It's good. It's Emma Tierney from the foul line, and the Goals get 2 points back. There's Tori Scorpio now. Giving it over to Carrie Beelan. She takes the screen from Liv Pierce. Beelan bounce pass to Liv Pierce. Her shot's no good. Lauren Becker tries to get the rebound and can't. And it will go to Kaylee Putnam. Putnam giving it over to Emily Pratt. Here's Kayla Rodgers. Her step back jump shot is good. So we'll roll around the basket, but it found the bottom. And it's 10-8 Salve. First quarter. Here's Scorpio over to Becker. Carrie Beelan in the corner. She goes down low to Liv Pierce. Pierce to Becker. Becker takes a step and she bounces it off her leg and out of bounds. And the Seahawks turn it over. Their second turnover of the first quarter.
The only thing that's a little concerning right now, if you're the Seahawks, last game you got outshot by Nichols by a fair margin, and today it seems to be more of the same as Endicott puts up their 11th field goal of the game, and the Seahawks have yet to put up 7 field goals.
Rock cross-court pass to Scorpio. Scorpio over to Beelan. Beelan steps back, she takes a three, and she hits! 3 for 3 from three-point range to start the game for the Seahawks. Here's Pratt, she puts on the deck, driving to the basket. Euro steps in, and shot's no good. Rebounded by Liv Pierce. And the Seahawks look to run. Here's Tori Scorpio, and she'll slow it down. Tori over to Mary Rourke. Rourke, Liv Pierce has it stolen by Pratt. And it goes to Michaela Rodgers, and Rodgers will bring it up. Over to Kaylee Putnam. Putnam puts her shoulder down, drives to the basket, no good. Rebounded by Liv Pierce, but it will go out of bounds, and the Seahawks will take over possession. Olivia Valera will check in for the Seahawks, her first action of the night. She'll replace Lauren Becker. And Morgan Breschanen checks in as well. Here's Beelan giving it over to Liv Pierce. Beelan driving to the basket. And it goes out of bounds.
Looked like there was a lot of contact there, but foul wasn't called.
Seahawks leading 13-8, 3:27 remaining in this first quarter. Scorpio over to Mary Rourke. Rourke will take another three. It's no good, and it's rebounded by Lipscomb.
But you like to see that, especially from Rourke. She's one of the best three-point shooters the Seahawks have, and she's been just shooting it so confidently.
Any chance she gets, she's got to fire it. As Kaylee Stevenson gets up from the bench. Here's Michaela Rodgers, thought about the jump shot, putting it on the deck. Swing it over, here's Lipscomb, met by Carrie Beeland. Here's Lipscomb, down low to Michaela Rodgers. Her layup is good.
And Rodgers providing some spark off of the bench for the goals.
And Corey Hughes, Bull. Thought there was a timeout on the play, but there wasn't. We'll stay right here. Kaylee Stevenson will check in. She'll replace Liv Pierce. And the Seahawks will inbound. 2:57 to go in this first quarter. 13-10.
Perhaps there was a mix-up with the shot clock right there. Not really sure why there was that pause in the action.
Seemed like a timeout possibly too. Beelan going down low to Olivia Valero, and she scores. Her first action of the night. Here's Lipscomb. Thought about the three, going down low to Michaela Rodgers. Her layup is no good. And Valero tips it, and it will stay in play. Great job there by Rodgers to keep it alive for Endicott.
And a good job by Salve getting back on defense. Three Seahawks were chasing down that loose ball, so it looked like the goals were going to have a tremendous advantage right there.
Here's Rodgers. Shot's no good, and it's rebounded by Beelan. Carey pushing the envelope for the Seahawks. Beelan now. Shot clock is at 15. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Beelan thought about the three, putting it on the deck, driving to the basket. Her layup is no good. And it's Emily Pratt coming up with the rebound.
And that's the second time that Beelan's driven to the basket. There was a lot of contact and nothing was called.
And here's Pratt now with 99 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Kaylee Putnam directing traffic. Here's Rodgers. Looks like there's a foul off the ball there.
And it looks like it's on Tori Scorpio.
It is, and that is Tori's first. And she will check out. Michaela Roderick will check in for the Seahawks. 1:26 to go in this first quarter.
And Tori wasn't sure where that foul came in, but it looked like she had gotten a hold of one of the goal's jerseys.
Rodgers handing it off. And here's Lexi Gellerman going to Michaela Rodgers. Rodgers driving to the basket. Her shot's no good. Rebounded by Gellerman. Tries to keep it alive, and she can't. It's out of play, and the Seahawks will take over possession. First turnover of the quarter, excuse me, for Endicott.
And off the bench, Michaela Rodgers has been very aggressive, going to the basket consistently whenever she touches the ball.
Here's Beelan giving over to Olivia Valero. Valero to Mary Rourke. Mary looking for options, finds Roderick. Roderick back to Carrie Beelan. Here's Carrie now. Looking for her options, goes down low to Olivia Valero. Her layup is short. And it's rebounded by Endicott. Rodgers going right to the basket, and she lays it up and in. Costly miss there for the Seahawks. And here's Michaela Roderick with just under 30 seconds remaining. 3-second differential between shot and game clock. Here's Mary Rourke. Olivia Valero has it now, giving it over to Carrie Beelan. Takes a screen from Kaylee Stevenson. Beelan looking for her options, gives it over to Roderick. Shot clock is at 3, and that ball will roll out of play. And Endicott will take over with 5.1 seconds to go in this first quarter. Seahawks leading 15-12. Rodgers will inbound it. She gives it to Kaylee Putnam. Putnam has a full head of steam. 1 second. Her shot at the buzzer is no good. And that concludes the first quarter from Rodgers Recreation Center. The Seahawks leading this contest 15-12 And we'll be back for the call of the second quarter. Rodgers gets us started here in the second quarter from Rodgers Recreation Center. Sal Gualtieri alongside Brett Wilkes bringing you the call. And here's Liv Pierce getting back in, and the pass is stolen by Endicott. And the goal's looking to run. Kicks out, but it's stolen by Mary Rourke.
And a good job on transition defense by the Seahawks, forcing the first turnover of the night by the goals. And Seahawks have 5, and the goals have 1 turnover, so it's going to be interesting to see if that trend continues as Rourke puts up a 3 and can't connect.
Rebounded by Rodgers. Rodgers pushing the envelope, giving it over to Kaylee Putnam. Putnam drives through bodies. Her layup is no good. Tough rebound by Liv Pierce. Kayla Roderick now has it for the Seahawks. Rourke over to Liv Pierce. Pierce spinning, getting inside the painted area, and she loses the handle. And it goes to Kayla Rodgers.
And although the Seahawks have the lead at the moment, if they can't protect the ball, it's going to be very hard to hold this lead going down the stretch.
Endicott, 1 conference loss on the season, and that came at the hands of the Seahawks. Endicott led the entire way, including a 12-point lead in the fourth quarter, but the Seahawks were able to battle back on a Tori Scorpio game-winning layup. And Endicott will push it now. Layup by Putnam is good. And Endicott slowly climbing back into it. They now trail by 1 with 8:25 remaining in the first half.
And 3 of the Seahawks' first 4 possessions have ended in a turnover. And you can't run very effective offense if you can't maintain the possession of the ball.
It's a great move by Lauren Becker there in the paint, and she scores. Here's Lipscomb now. Lipscomb looking around. She's met by Mary Rourke. Over to Putnam. Putnam to Rodgers. Going down low to Lipscomb. Kicking it out for Brescian. Step back shot is no good. Rebounded by Lauren Becker. Becker has it, hands it off to Michaela Roderick. Roderick at the top of the key. Going down low to Lauren Becker. Becker to Liv Pierce. Pierce looking for her layup, and she's fouled, and she'll go to the line for a chance for 2. Seahawks 2 for 2 from the line tonight. Mary Rourke leading the way for the Seahawks with 8 points on 2 of 4 shooting. All of those shots coming from behind the arc as Pierce misses her first free throw.
And it's interesting to see that Tori Scorpio has yet to get on the scoreboard for the Seahawks. Normally one of the top scorers for the Seahawks, game in and game out.
Shot 2 of 12 from the floor the last time these two met. Something to keep an eye on as Endicott takes over. Gilbert over to Pratt. Generally Pratt met by Mary Rourke. Giving it over to Putnam. Lipscomb. Pratt driving baseline on Mary Rourke. And Mary is called for the foul.
Looked like her arm got caught underneath right there, and the foul was called. Tried to plead her case. To no avail, though.
Going down low, and there's a foul. And Lipscomb will go to the line. First free throw is good. And her second free throw is good as well. And
even though the Seahawks have committed 7 turnovers, they have to credit their transition defense a little bit, only giving up 5 points off turnovers.
And there's another turnover there for the Seahawks. This time it's Olivia Valero. Lexi Gellerman checks back in for Endicott.
And if you're the Seahawks, you need to hope that the shooting woes for the goals continue. They're shooting 6 of 22. Make that 7 of 23 with that 3-point attempt that finds the bottom of the net.
Shannon Gilbert getting a lucky bounce off the backboard. Here's Mary Rourke now giving over to Lauren Becker. Becker to Michaela Roderick. Over to Carrie Beelan. Her shot's good as well.
They count that as 2 points. Beelan's foot was on the line.
Seahawks leading 19-16. So jump shot there by Rodgers. It's no good. Rebounded by Carrie Beelan. Carrie driving to the basket. Her shot is no good. Goes right out to Mary Rourke, and her shot is good. Friendly roll for Mary.
Seahawks are shooting 50% from the game. They're 7 for 14. Getting outshot by 10 shots as of right now.
Pratt thought about the 3, puts it on the deck. Going down low to Emma Tierney, but she traveled. And the Seahawks will take over possession.
That's just the second turnover of the game for the goals with 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
21-19 Seahawks. Coming up on 5.5 remaining. Here's Valero. She'll take a 3. And it's no good. It's rebounded by Endicott. Pratt pushing the ball up the floor. Long pass. Comes back to Pratt. Going down low is Michaela Rodgers, and she scores.
And Rodgers picking up right where she left off in the first quarter, being aggressive whenever she gets the ball, trying to attack inside. And just being a real spark plug off the bench for the goals.
Here's Rourke.
Almost another turnover there from the Seahawks.
And that will be out of bounds. It will be another turnover, Brett, for the Seahawks.
Valero almost lost the ball there. And after she recovered it, tried to get it out to Mary Rourke, who was moving one way. And Valerio thought she was moving another way, and just a miscommunication on that pass. As Scorpio checks in for Valerio.
Here's Kaylee Putnam. Giving over to Gellerman. Over to Emma Tierney. Here's Pratt. Putting her head down, driving to the basket. It's good. And Endicott with their first lead of the night. They lead 23-21. Roderick over to Lauren Becker. Becker will take a jump shot. It's short. Roderick fighting for the rebound. She can't get it. And it's Gellerman coming up with it. Gellerman to Emily Pratt. Down low, and Roderick tried to get a hand to it. She can't, and the Seahawks will take over possession anyway with 4:03 remaining in the first half.
And so far, even though they haven't been getting the turnovers, the Seahawks have been playing very good defense. Combination of that and some poor shooting from the goals is the reason for why they are in this game.
Mary Rourke driving to the basket, kicking it out for Lauren Becker. Becker's bounce pass to Carrie Beelan, and she's blocked by Pratt. And Pratt will take it herself 3-on-2 for Endicott. She kicks it out for Putnam. Her three is no good. And it's rebounded by Gellerman. Endicott moving the ball around. Here's Putnam. Gellerman thought about the three, putting it on the deck, driving to the basket. Her layup is good. And Brittany Hutchinson will take a timeout with 3:25 remaining. Endicott has their first lead of the night and their largest. They lead by 4, and we'll be right back. .325 remaining in this first half. Endicott with a 4-point lead on the floor for the Seahawks. Michaela Roderick, Tori Scorpio, Brooke Vonasek getting her first action of the evening. Lauren Becker and Carrie Beelan.
Vonasek played a lot of meaningful minutes for the Seahawks in their last CCC matchup against Nichols. So we should expect more of the same here against the goals.
Beelan over to Lauren Becker. Becker to Tori Scorpio. Over to Beelan. Back to Scorpio. Scorpio's pass is stolen by Pratt. And Pratt will take it right to the basket, and her layup is good.
And all of a sudden, the Seahawks are starting to turn, the goals are starting to turn those turnovers into points. Those are now 12 points on the night off of turnovers.
Seahawks getting into double digits on turnovers. They have 10. Endicott with 3. Scorpio thought about the 3, puts it on the deck. Her pass was deflected, but Roderick doing a good job of keeping it alive, and she loses it. And Michaela gets it back. And she traveled.
Make that 11 turnovers now for the Seahawks, 7 in this quarter alone.
And Mary Rourke checks back in after a brief absence. And Materney over to Shannon Gilbert. Emily Pratt. And Materney has now given it over back to Pratt. 2:10 remaining in the first half. Shot clock is at 5. The jump shot is good.
Getting the friendly roll there, and that's all you need sometimes as an offense, is seeing some of those shots fall. And as of right now, Endicott is starting to turn their shooting woes around, almost up to 40% on the game shooting-wise.
1:53 remaining in the first half. Endicott leading 29-21. As Katie Lipscomb checks back in. Rourke will inbound. Go over to Brooke Vonasek. Vonasek has it and loses possession. And it goes to Pratt. Her layup is no good, but she's fouled. And she'll go over the line.
Seahawks just not doing a very good job right now of protecting the ball. It's going to be something that Coach Corey Hughes is going to want to discuss with her team, because if they can protect the ball, this could be a much different story right now in the game.
And Pratt's free throw's no good. And Scorpio checks back in. 1:44 remaining in the first half. And second free throw is good, 30-21. Endicott outscoring the Seahawks 18-6 in this second quarter. Here's Rourke over to Kerry Beelan. Beelan will take a shot. No good. Rebounded by Roderick. Roderick to Torrey Scorpio. Scorpio over to Beelan. Here's Kerry looking for options. Gets it over to Torrey Scorpio. Scorpio driving to the basket. Her layup is good.
Good job there by Scorpio getting inside and making the tough layup. And hopefully giving the Seahawks a little bit more momentum as they head into the last minute here of the half.
Shanna Gilbert's three-pointer is no good. Rebounded by Lauren Becker. She gets it over to Torrey Scorpio. We are under a minute away from the end of the first half. Here's Scorpio. Gets it over to Kerry Beelan. Beelan putting it on the deck. And Kerry is called for the travel. And another turnover for the Seahawks, as Michaela Rodgers and Lexi Gellerman will check in for Endicott. Here's Kaylee Putnam. Michaela Rodgers. Pratt driving to the basket. Her shot is no good. Long rebound comes down. It goes to Endicott. Shot clock is turned off.
Now Endicott can just hold on to the ball here and take the last shot of the half.
Gellerman hands it off for Kaylee Putnam. 10 seconds remaining in the first half. Putnam putting it on the deck, driving, and her pass is stolen by Kerry Beelan. Kerry's got to hurry though. 3 seconds remaining. She gets it over to Scorpio. Scorpio's shot at the buzzer is no good. And that will conclude the first half. And Brett, what are some takeaways you have from the first half?
Well, I think the Seahawks need to just control the ball a little bit more. They have over 10 turnovers in the first half, 13 overall, and they need to get Torrey Scorpio a little bit more involved, I think, on the offensive end. She's only taken 2 field goals so far. She's 1 for 2, and if she can get going offensively, that can make this offense for the Seahawks a lot more dangerous.
We'll be back in 15 minutes for the call of the second half.
7 field goals.
Cross court pass to Scorpio. Scorpio over to Beelan. Beelan steps back, she takes a 3, and she hits! 3 for 3. Kaylee Putnam gets us started in the second half as Lauren Becker deflects the pass out of play. Seahawks trailing 30-23. Here's Kaylee Putnam now giving over to Emily Pratt in the corner. Becker pressuring that pass well. Here's Putnam going down low to Lipscomb. She's on Tori Scorpio. Kicks it out for Pratt. She'll take a 3, and it's no good. And there's a foul on Pratt off the ball. And the Seahawks will take over possession with 9:37 remaining in the third quarter. And here's Tori Scorpio. You spoke, Brett, at halftime. They need to get her more involved. Just 3 shots in the first half. As that ball rolls out of bounds, and it will stay with the Seahawks. As Beelan and Pratt bump shoulders. And Pratt will exit for Lexi Gellerman. So here's Scorpio now, bringing the ball up the floor. Giving over to Beelan. Beelan to Liv Pierce, over to Tori Scorpio. Thought about the 3, putting it on the deck. Give it to Mary Rourke. She'll take a 3. It is short. Lauren Becker tried to get the rebound. She couldn't. It goes to Lipscomb. And it goes over to Kaylee Putnam. Putnam to Gellerman. Endicott moving the ball around. Here's Putnam again. Shannon Gilbert. And Gellerman. And there's a foul on Carrie Beelan.
If the Seahawks are able to get Scorpio more involved offensively, it would be a good thing for them on the offensive end. After that, they also need to work on just taking care of the ball.
Going inside was Gilbert, but there's a foul. It's Liv Pierce's second personal foul. Inbounds goes to Putnam. Over to Gilbert. And the pass is deflected by Becker, and it goes to Kerry Beelan. Beelan has it now, giving it over to Mary Rourke. Rourke in the corner, giving it to Beelan. Beelan to Liv Pierce at the free throw line. Giving it over to Mary Rourke. Rourke steps inside the arc and hits. And that's 12 for Mary Rourke, Brett. She leads all Seahawks scorers.
She's been very good tonight on the offensive end, picking up from where she left off on Saturday. And just been feeling it from outside, hitting many shots as Pratt comes back with a three-pointer of her own.
Big step back three for Emily Pratt. And the lead is 8, the largest of the evening for Endicott. 8 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Here's Becker going down low to Liv Pierce. Pierce's layup is no good, but she's fouled. And she'll go to the line. Pierce has yet to go on the score sheet. Here's Pierce's free throw. It's good. Liv's first points of the night. And the Seahawks find themselves in a familiar territory as the last time they played Endicott, trailing by 8 at halftime. And Pierce hits both. Endicott moving the ball up quickly. Here's Gellerman over to Lipscomb. Lipscomb has it over to Putnam. Putnam going down low to Lipscomb. Lipscomb gives it back out. Endicott with some good ball movement. Shot clock is at 14. And that pass is a wild one, but Lipscomb keeps it alive. Shot clock is at 10. Here is Pratt driving to the basket. Shot clock's at 5. She puts it up. Her shot's no good. Rebounded by Liv Pierce. Pierce gets it over to Scorpio.
That's a good defensive possession right there for the Seahawks. And they need to keep putting more consecutive defensive stops together.
Team's third.
Scorpio gets over to Mary Rourke. Here's Beelan. Down low to Becker, and she is blocked by Tierney. And here's Kaylee Putnam. Putnam driving to the basket. Her layup is no good. And Tierney's putback is no good either.
Good rebound there by Scorpio as she brings the ball up and pushes the other way.
Scorpio gets it over to Mary Rourke. Rourke to Beelan. Beelan will take a three. It's short. Rebounded by Becker. Scorpio to Rourke. Lauren Becker, and she's blocked again. And we're going the other way.
And the length of Endicott is showing during those past 2 defensive stops that they had. Just being able to take advantage of the size that they have down low.
Here's Putnam, gets it over to Pratt. Cross-court pass to Gellerman. She'll take a three. And the long rebound goes out of play. And the Seahawks will take over possession. 6:18 to go in the third.
And the Bulls haven't been shy of shooting the three, but they're only 2 for 10 from three-point line today.
Teams are combined 5 of 22. Here's Becker. Her shot is no good. Rebounded by Gellerman. Gellerman over to Pratt. Pratt in the corner gets to Putnam. Putnam puts it on the deck, drives to the basket. Her layup is good off the glass.
Good job there moving through contact right there.
Here's Scorpio, and Corey Hughes will talk it over with the Seahawks. 5:47 remaining in the third quarter. And the Seahawks trail by 8. And we'll step aside and we'll be back shortly. And Mary Rourke has it now. She's met by Lipscomb. Over to Tori Scorpio. Scorpio putting on the deck. Her step back is no good, and it's rebounded by Rodgers. Rodgers gets over to Lipscomb. 5:20 remaining in the third. Here's Pratt.
And that was only Scorpio's third field goal attempt of the game. So hard for her to get into any really offensive rhythm, as she has taken many shots.
There's Lipscomb. Her three, no good. Long rebound comes out to Carrie Beelan. Beelan has it. Now giving over to Mary Rourke. Rourke thought about the three, gets it back to Carrie. Carrie puts it on the deck. And a bounce pass to Tori Scorpio. Here's Scorpio over to Rourke. Rourke to Becker. Liv Pierce, her jump shot, no good. Scorpio collects the rebound, and she is blocked. And it goes to Kaylee Putnam. Putnam going to the basket, and Rourke with a great defensive play. And the Seahawks will take over possession with 4:37 remaining in the third quarter.
As you said, Sal, great defensive play there by Rourke, but what set up that fast break opportunity for the goals was, again, the length that they have inside and the trouble they're giving the Seahawks defensively inside the paint.
That's 4 blocks this quarter for Endicott. Scorpio takes a three, and it's no good. And a long rebound comes out to Liv Pierce. And it goes to Mary Rourke. 4:15 remaining in the third quarter. Here's Rourke to Carrie Beelan, and Beelan trying to back down the defender, and she can't. It goes out of play. And Endicott will take over possession. 4:04 remaining.
And even though Scorpio's past 3 shots haven't fallen, you have to like the fact that she is taking more shots. All 3 of those shots coming within about the past 90 seconds or so.
Tori, 105 from the floor, 2 points. A rebound and 2 assists.
But you like seeing her getting the aggressiveness back, and she's the type of player that once she sees it go through the net, she can get hot very quickly.
Here's Lipscomb down low. She's on Scorpio, and she corrects it back out for Pratt. Pratt takes a step back three. It's no good. And there's a foul on Lipscomb, and Scorpio goes down. And her teammates will come over to make sure that she is okay, and Tori is able to get up on her feet. And it looks like she is okay. And there'll be a timeout on the floor, but the friends of Seahawk Athletics are invited to participate in the Seahawk Open. This golf tournament for Salve Regina Athletics is scheduled for Monday, April 29th at Middletown's Wanutanomi Golf and Country Club. For more information, please check out the Seahawk Open website under our Inside Athletics. The tournament begins at 11:30 a.m. with registration and boxed lunches, followed by a Scrabble format starting at 1 p.m. This event will conclude with a dinner, award ceremony, and raffle and silent auction. So join us on April 29th.
Looks like that will be a fun afternoon for the whole Seahawk community.
.339 remaining in this third quarter. Seahawks trailing by 8. And Endicott with 5 blocks in this contest. 4 in the second half. Seahawks with no blocks. Endicott with 8 steals to the Seahawks 2. And Endicott with 15 points off the turnovers. Almost half of their points coming off of Seahawk turnovers. Here's Rourke driving to the basket. And that ball goes out of play, and it'll stay right here with 3:26 to go in the third. Rourke will inbound to get to the Tori Scorpio. Scorpio over to Liv Pierce, over to Becker. Here's Liv Pierce driving to the basket, and she gets the friendly roll and scores.
That's one of the few times the Seahawks have been able to get a shot up inside this quarter. The Bulls have been doing a very good job defensively inside the paint.
Here's Michaela Rodgers. Her jump shot's good, and Endicott answers right back with a jump shot of their own. So here's Scorpio with under 3 minutes remaining in the third. Over to Mary Rourke. Rourke has it, gets it to Becker. Becker over to Tori Scorpio. Tori going down low to Olivia Pierce. Her layup is good as well. Back-to-back point, back-to-back scores for Liv Pierce. And Seahawks trail by just 6. Here's Putnam driving to the basket. Her shot is no good. Seahawks getting the friendly roll. The ball is loose on the ground. Becker, and she corrals it, giving it to Carrie Beelan. 2:15 remaining here in the third quarter. Seahawks trailing by 6. Scorpio over to Becker. Becker thought about the three. Gets it over to Carrie Beelan. She puts it on the deck. Gets it over to Becker. Becker, her free throw line jump shot is good.
Back within 4 now as the Seahawks going on a little bit of a run here.
Big little spurt for the Seahawks as we approach the end of the third quarter. There's Lipscomb. Gets it over to Pratt. Pratt to Rodgers with 99 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Here's Putnam driving to the basket on Rourke. Her layup is good. Good strong move there for Putnam.
And that puts an end to a 6-0 run, I believe, by the Seahawks.
And there's a foul off the ball with 1:24 to go here in the third. It's on Michaela Rodgers. That's her second. And Lauren Becker will head to the line for the Seahawks. She has 6 points, shooting 3 of 7 from the floor. She has 5 rebounds. This is her first trip to the free throw line. And her first free throw is no good, as Emma Tierney and Shannon Gilbert check back in for Endicott, replacing Katie Lipscomb and Morgan Brescian. Here's Becker. And the second free throw is good. She splits. Endicott and Salve have split the last 2 seasons. And the Seahawks are going to have to do a little digging here if they want to keep that alive. They trail by 5 with 1:10 remaining here in the third quarter. And that pass is deflected out of play by Scorpio. And it will be Seahawks ball. So here's Scorpio now. Tori 1 of 6 from the floor. Here's Tori now in front of her own bench. Gets over to Lauren Becker. Becker, Beelan over to Pierce. Liv Pierce, her jump shot is no good. And that ball goes out of play. Last touch by Liv Pierce. 49 seconds to go here in the third. Here's Kaylee Putnam. Getting over to Shannon Gilbert. 40 seconds to go here in the third. Here's Pratt. Going down low to Gilbert. Gilbert again. Here's a jump shot there, no good. Long rebound comes out to Endicott. Shot clock is turned off. 20 seconds remaining here in the third. Putnam has the top of the key, hands it off to Pratt. And there's a foul on Liv Pierce. That's Liv's third. 10.1 seconds remaining here in the third.
10 seconds left on the clock for the goals to get a shot up here in the end of the third quarter.
And here's Kaylee Putnam being met by Tori Scorpio. She puts it on the deck. Her pass is stolen by Mary Rourke. Rourke looking to get a shot up. She does, and it is no good. And we will head to the fourth quarter, and it should be a good one. The Seahawks trailing by 5. And we'll be right back for that call. Seahawks have possession here as we begin the fourth quarter. Here's Mary Rourke. She has it, gets it over to Scorpio. Over to Beelan, and the pass is intercepted by Pratt. Pratt weaving through Seahawks defenders, trying to get it to Putnam.
And that has to be steal number 5 for Pratt. She's been everywhere on the defensive end for the goals.
There's Putnam, and she hits on the mid-range jump shot, pushing the Endicott lead to 7.
Putnam now the second goal in double figures offensively, joining Michaela Rodgers.
And Becker is fouled. She'll head to the line. Becker with 7 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. She's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. And Becker misses the front end. And here is Becker. Her free throw's good. 1 of 2 for Lauren. And Endicott takes over possession here. Here is Shannon Gilbert. Going down low. The hook shot's no good. Rebounded by Becker. Strong rebound by Lauren. Seahawks trail by 6. Carrie Beelan crosses half court. Over to Mary Rourke. Mary over to Tori Scorpio. Scorpio to Valero. Here's Beelan in the corner. Her shot's no good. Long rebound goes to Shannon Gilbert. Here's Emily Pratt now. Pratt stops. Her mid-range jump shot's no good. Rebounded by Valero. Valero gets it over to Carrie Beelan. 8:40 remaining here in this contest. Seahawks trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Kicks it over to Scorpio. Scorpio thought about the 3. Driving to the basket, and it goes off the legs of Tori and out of play. Another turnover for the Seahawks. That's number 15. And Endicott has responded with 17 points off of the Seahawk turnovers. As Liv Pierce checks back in, she replaces Lauren Becker.
Seahawks doing a better job of controlling the ball here in the second half, having 13 turnovers in the first half, only 2 so far in the second half. So a good adjustment made by the Seahawks team.
Kicks it out for Lipscomb. Lipscomb takes the 3, no good. Rebounded by Beelan.
Goals are now 2 for 13 from three-point land. But they keep shooting that shot, something that is in their game plan, it seems like, for today's game.
Beelan over to Pierce. Pierce to Mary Rourke. Rourke takes the 3, no good. And it's rebounded by Lipscomb. Here's Putnam. Putnam putting the ball down, and she is blocked by Valero. Good block there. And it will stay right here. 7:45 remaining in this contest. Seahawks trailing 41-35. And that pass comes out. It goes to Lipscomb. Lipscomb to Rodgers. Rodgers putting on the deck. Her shot's no good. Rebounded by Lipscomb. Good rebound there. Another possession for Endicott. Ball's down low to Putnam. And there's a travel call, and it looks like Putnam is shaken up. And she will immediately check out. Here is Lexi Gellerman. She's a freshman from West Hartford. So here's Scorpio, 7:20 to go in this one. Rourke over to Beelan. Beelan to Liv Pierce. Pierce putting it on the deck, driving to the basket. Her layup is good off the glass.
Liv Pierce here in the second half has stepped up offensively for the Seahawks. I believe now she has 7 points here in the second half.
And they're kind of moving the ball around. And the pass is stolen by Scorpio. Good defense there by Liv Pierce. Scorpio gets it to Mary Rourke. Rourke, her fadeaway jump shot's good. And the Seahawks trail by just 2. Here's Pratt over to Gilbert. Pratt takes a three, and she connects. And Brittany Hutchinson wants to talk it over. 44-39 in favor of the goals, and we'll be right back. Big three-pointer there from Emily Pratt to stop a Seahawk run. But the Seahawks are still in it, down by 6. Liv Pierce to Lauren Becker. Scorpio has it. Scorpio cross-court pass to Mary Rourke. Rourke to Scorpio, over to Rourke again. Kicking it back out, Valero. Good ball moving by the Seahawks. Shot clock is at 5. And a kickball there. It'll stay right here. 6:02 to go.
And a fresh shot clock.
Fresh shot clock for the Seahawks. 6:02 remaining. Valero, Pierce, Rourke, Scorpio, and Becker on the floor for the Seahawks as Valero was called for a travel there, and we're going the other way.
A big defensive possession coming up here for the Seahawks after that turnover. Want to keep it within a 5-point game here with time ticking away.
Rodgers going down low to Lipscomb. She rolls out, and it's Gellerman. Here's the three-pointer from Pratt, and she connects. 2 big three-pointers from Emily Pratt, 3-time Conference Player of the Week for the goals. And that pushes the Endicott lead up to 8 with 5.5 to go. Here's Pierce down low. Her shot's good. And Brett, you talked about her big performance here in the second half. And she continues to be a spark plug for the Seahawks in this second half. Here's Gellerman. Moving the ball around is Endicott. Rodgers, her jump shot over Pierce, and she connects.
And Rodgers has been that spark plug off the bench for the goals.
Scorpio, she has it now. To Valero. Here's Scorpio. Gets to Mary Rourke. Rourke takes an open 3. It's long. A long rebound comes out to Lauren Becker. She puts it back up and in.
Good job on the offensive glass there by Becker, giving the Seahawks some second chance points that they very much needed right there.
Last time out for Endicott. Rodgers had 14 points, 9 rebounds. She's picking up where she left off with 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists.
And Rodgers is called for an offensive foul there, and it's going the other way.
Phelan checks back in. She replaces Olivia Valero. And Emma Tierney checks back in as well. She replaces Rodgers. 4:25 to go.
Starting 5 for the Seahawks are out there to close this game out.
And Corey Hughes wants to talk it over with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this contest. Seahawks trailing by 6. And we will be right back. Carrie Beelan will inbound it from her own bench. She gets into Mary Rourke. who hands it off to Tori Scorpio. Scorpio to Beelan. Here's Lauren Becker. Becker gets to Mary Rourke. Rourke has it back out. Seahawks looking for a basket. Here's Scorpio. Kicks out to Beelan. Beelan, Scorpio baseline. Shot clock is at 5. Scorpio to Liv Pierce. Her jump shot is good. Big baskets from Liv Pierce down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Seahawks trail by 4.
Good shot there from Pierce. Not in the paint like she normally is, as Pratt is fouled driving to the basket and will get 2 shots. Seahawks trail by 4 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
Pratt's first free throw's good. Pratt leads all scorers with 15. Make that 16. Just push the lead back up to 7. 51-45, Seahawks trailing by 6. Here's Pierce. Becker. Here's Scorpio. She'll take a long 3. It's no good. Rebound comes out to Endicott. It's Emily Pratt with the rebound. Here's Pratt. She looks to slow it down. Here's Putnam. Gets over to Gellerman. Here's Pratt at the top of the key, met by Mary Rourke. Here's Pratt. She takes a 3 and connects.
Pratt's past 3 3-point shots have been the biggest shots for the goals.
Seahawks trailing 54-45 with 2:45 remaining, running out of time. The Seahawks are. The down low to Becker. Becker driving to the basket. Her layup is good. Seahawks doing a good job of responding. And Corey Hughes wants to talk it over. Emily Pratt leads all scorers with 16 points. She has 4 rebounds, and she's shooting 5 of 12 from the floor. Michaela Rodgers, 13 points, 3 rebounds and 2 assists on 6 of 12 shooting. And Kaylee Putnam has 11 points to go along with 2 rebounds. She's shooting 5 of 14 from the floor. And on the Seahawks side, they have 3 double-digit scorers. Mary Rourke, 5 of 10 from the floor, 2 of 7 from 3. She's got 14. And Liv Pierce, a big second half for Liv, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 of 8 from the floor. And Lauren Becker, she has 10 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. She's shooting 4 of 8 from the floor. 2:39 to go. Seahawks trailing 54-47.
A really well-rounded offensive attack from the Seahawks. And the shocking thing about it is Scorpio, normally one of the leading scorers for the Seahawks, only has 2 points on the night.
And Pratt doing a good job getting the ball over half court. Goes to Putnam. Putnam to Gellerman. Here's Putnam, thought about the 3. Takes it wide, driving to the basket, gets over to Lipscomb, and Lipscomb slips. And that's a foul. And that foul is on Lauren Becker. That's Lauren's second, 2:19 to go. Pratt will inbound. Looking for options, she gets it into Putnam. And Scorpio doing a good job there to get it out of bounds, but it'll stay right here. Shot clock's at 24, game clock is at 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Bounce pass, and it's corralled here by Gellerman. She gets over to Lipscomb. Lipscomb to Tierney. Here's Pratt. Pratt driving to the basket, and there's a foul. It'll be on Rourke.
Interesting foul call there. Didn't really see anything from up here.
2:05 to go. Fresh shot clock as Putnam gets right to the basket, and she's fouled by Pierce. 2:01 remaining in this one. Endicott with a 7-point lead as Olivia Valero will check in. First free throw is good from Putnam. Olivia Valero will replace Olivia Pierce. As Tori Scorpio takes instructions from head coach Corey Hughes. Second free throw is good. So here's Scorpio looking to push it up. Here's Rourke. Mary gets it over to Tori Scorpio. Scorpio thought about the three. Gets to the basket and she loses the handle. And it's Lipscomb now coming out, and then it's Pratt now. Pratt is fouled by Beelan with 1:43 to go. And Endicott with a 9-point lead. As the first free throw falls. And the second one from Pratt. It's good.
Endicott doing a good job from the free throw line. Shooting 9 of 11 on the day. So
Well,
if the Seahawks are going to look to get back into this, they're going to have to try and create some turnovers on the defensive end. Because I don't think fouling with how they've shot from the free throw line is going to be very effective. As Tierney sends back another shot. That might be her third or fourth block of the quarter. I mean, of the half.
and Scorpio is fouled. Shot will not count. 1:19 remaining in this contest. Seahawks wasted a lot of time on that possession. And Rourke will inbound it from underneath the basket. Fresh shot clock for the Seahawks. Here's Scorpio. She has to take a three, and she does. It's no good. Long rebound comes out, and it goes to Lipscomb. And Lipscomb doing a good job there, getting it to Putnam. And Putnam is fouled by Mary Rourke. This is the second of 4 straight home games for the Seahawks. On February 2nd, they will host the University of New England, and on February 5th, they will host Western New England. First free throw's no good. Liv Pierce will check in. Seahawks were defeated by the University of New England 83-54, but they defeated Western New England just like they defeated Endicott by 1 point. That score 51-50. And here's Scorpio as we approach 1 minute remaining in this one. Seahawks trail by 12. Here's Becker, gets it to Beelan. Beelan to Rourke. Mary takes a three and connects.
Seahawks still trail by 9 with 54 seconds left. Tonight's going to be interesting to see if the Seahawks are able to get back into this game with a few more stops.
Endicott looking to improve to 10-1 in the Commonwealth Coast Conference. That would give them a full 2-game lead over second place Roger Williams. With a loss, the Seahawks will be 5-7, and they will be locked into that 6th spot as of right now. Gordon behind them is at 2-8, and Nichols at 2-9.
The Seahawks do somehow manage to pull out the victory, though. It's going to be a very tight conference through the first 6 seeds.
Seahawks overall 9-11, currently on a 2-game skid, looking to get back in the win column. And Endicott currently riding a 3-game winning streak. 13-6 overall the goals are. And they lead by 9. And they're a few stops away from becoming 14-6. Endicott having trouble getting the inbound. There's Pratt. She gets it in to Gellerman, and she's fouled.
About a second taken off the clock there before the foul. And a good job not letting Putnam or Pratt get the ball. They're both perfect from the line.
Gellerman's first free throw, no good.
As Rourke and Pierce check in for Vonasek and Valerio. If Gellerman misses this free throw, it will be crucial for the Seahawks to get the rebound.
It's short. Long rebound comes out. And it goes out of play, and the Seahawks will take over possession. .5 seconds remaining in this one. The men's teams will await as Scorpio misses the jump shot. And it's rebounded by Putnam. And Putnam is fouled. She'll go to the line.
I'm sure the Seahawks would have liked that ball to have been rebounded by Gellerman again, who just missed 2 free throws. As Putnam connects on the first free throw. Putnam's now 5 for 5 from the free throw line in this quarter, looking to make it 6 for 6.
And she connects. Scorpio calls timeout. Seahawks trailing 61-50 with 42.9 seconds remaining. And the men's Salve Regina basketball team, in the midst of a skid of their own, they are on a 5-game losing streak, looking to get back in the win column as they will face Endicott. The men's Endicott team coming in at 13-6, 6-4 in conference. They've played in 4 straight Commonwealth Conference championship games. And both of those have come at the hand of Nichols. As we await the Endicott brigade to get back on the floor, the men's teams await. Seahawks trailing 61-50, 42.9 seconds remaining here on this Tuesday evening, January the 30th, 2019.
Beelan to inbound for the Seahawks, gets it into Scorpio.
Torrey gets it over to Beelan. Beelan takes the 3, it's short. High rebound, comes out, and there's a foul. And Gellerman will go to the line.
With 34 seconds on the clock, Sal, it's going to be everything will have to go right for the Seahawks.
Hutchinson calling a timeout.
Seahawks were able to get it within 4 with about 5 minutes to go within this quarter. But Emily Pratt hit 3 big 3-pointers to extend the lead out to 9.
17 turnovers for the Seahawks and 22 of Endicott. 61 points coming off of Seahawk turnovers. Seahawks with 1 block to Endicott's 6 and 4 steals to Endicott's 10. As that ball is inbounded. And it's Pratt who was fouled with 30.9 seconds remaining. And Brett, if Pratt can hit both of these here, it'll push the lead up to 13, and it'll make it a 5-possession game.
And the Seahawks haven't been able to foul anybody really outside of Pratt or Putnam.
And here,
they've been perfect from the line this quarter, doing a very good job from the stripe, taking the free points that the Seahawks are willing to give up to try and get back in this game.
As Pratt connects on her first one. And her second one is good as well. And Corey Hughes will talk it over yet again. We'll step aside with 30 seconds remaining. 30.9 remaining here from Rodgers Recreation Center. Scorpio takes a deep three, and it goes off the backboard and in. And inbounds goes to Pratt. Pratt has it now, 20 seconds to go. And there's a whistle. 20.7 seconds to go.
Doesn't seem like a foul was called or a timeout anywhere. Not really sure why the whistle came in. Perhaps it was the game clock. Might not have stopped after the made basket from Torrey Scorpio.
And here's Lipscomb, gets it over to Tierney, and it looks like Endicott will run out the clock here with 10 seconds remaining. Endicott will improve to 14-6 overall, 10-1 in the Commonwealth Coast Conference. And Brett, the Seahawks will become 5-7 in the Commonwealth Coast Conference, 9-12 overall. And what are some takeaways from this contest before our short break?
Well, they did a good job in the second half controlling the basketball, the Seahawks, after a first half that saw them turn it over 13 times. So look for them to try and maintain that type of control with the ball as they go into their next matchup.
Seahawks will host University of New England on February 2nd and Western New England on February 5th before traveling to Gordon on the 9th. And they will end their regular season right here at Rodgers Recreation Center against Curry on February 16th. For Brett Wilkes, I'm Sal Gualtieri, and we'll be back in 20 minutes for the call of Game 2.